Hello YouTube, and welcome to another Diablo 2 build. This is my Auradin, and this is a character I've been wanting to build for a while. I really enjoyed having one on US West when I used to play there, and it was my declone hunter. And this was back when you could still stack auras and basically just womp everything in your path, but I've discovered that the Auradin is still pretty darn good. And he's still very effective, even though he isn't as good as he once was with the aura stacking, excuse me. But perhaps you can still stack auras, I don't know. Somebody told me that perhaps trading with another player might work. I haven't actually tried it to see if it works or not. I will update this if it does work at a later date and see and check it out for myself. But basically, without further ado, let's take a look at his inventory and what he's wearing. Currently, I have him wearing a Hand of Justice, and this is to get the aura, the Holy Fire aura. We are an Auradin, so we need to have lots of items with auras on them. This is by far the best weapon choice in my opinion, and does really well. Just damage-wise, it ignores the target's defense. You get hit blinds target, hit freezes target, so it's just a 20%, even 20% deadly strike is pretty nice as well. So for your declone hunting and your uber hunting and whatnot, this will definitely be a viable character for sure. I'm wearing Drax for the life tap, specifically for declone and ubers. Ravenfrost, with melee characters, Ravenfrost is pretty much a given that you're going to be wearing that. Being slowed down with melee and having no teleport is pretty much going to mean you're going to die. Verdungos, get the highest one you can. This one's a 39-15, not too bad. A dual leech ring, and it doesn't have to be exactly like this. Obviously, a dual leech ring of any kind will probably work. The stats that I would look for are obviously the dual leech, strength, and lots of resistance. In fact, if you can get resist all, that would be better than just getting one resistance like I have. This is just what I've found so far, so that's why I'm using it until I find something better. Next up, we have Gore Riders, and these are just really good boots for melee characters just as a whole, especially when you're going up against Ubers and Declone. Highly recommended. We have a Dream Shield in a Sacred Targe, and this is 59 resist all, which is great. Had 45, I believe, 42 or 45 resistances before I socketed it. It also gives us a Holy Shock aura, which is pretty cool. Dragon, which is another aura, another Holy Fire aura. And this gives you some strength. Really not much to say about it. Pretty much just strength and Holy Fire aura. Dream Helmet, and this particular one's in a Bone Visage or Visage. This one was 15 ed before I put it in there, and we got a pretty low roll. But jaw runes are still pretty expensive, so I haven't re-rolled it yet. Again, I'm on ladder, so some of the stuff's still pretty pricey. I will eventually re-roll this and get a better dream roll going, so we'll see. Mars Kaleidoscope, pretty standard fare for a lot of characters, just in general. And most of these charms, I'm not going to go over them too much, but they're mostly life and resistance charms. And that is just to get my resistances completely maxed out and to have a ton of health. So without battle orders, we have 1900. Oh, hey, we might get a decloner. That would be cool. Without battle orders, we have 1960 health. And so 1960 health is not bad. 2k would be better. I may add a couple more charms in there to get up to that 2k mark. I'm sitting almost at 3k with battle orders, and I don't have the best CTA. Let me show you what I have here. I think I have a 4BO. Yeah. So if I had a 6BO, I'd probably be at 3k or so. And then, of course, we just have a random spirit just for casting battle orders, and what is it? Battle command. There we go. That's the word those words I was looking for. And then let's take a look at the Mercenary real fast. The Mercenary is using an E-bugged Fortitude, not the best defense, or really for that matter, the best Fortitude. However, that being said, this is a very low strength Fortitude, which is really, really good. And I think that that's really all that matters, because the Act 1 mercenaries don't have a lot of strength to start off with, so you're better off to get a lower strength. Even if you lose some defense in there, you're better off to just, have something that works, right? And then we have a Faith that I freshly made today. This was 15 ed, and unfortunately I only got a +1 to skills. That kind of sucks, but we do have the level 15 Fanaticism aura, which helps us a ton when it comes to trying to get those extra hits for our zeal, and that's one of the main skills in fact, it is the main skill that we will use to kill everything is zeal. And then she's wearing a giant skull. Giant skull is not bad. You do get some crushing blow in there, which is nice. And I put a 38 ed, I think it was like 9 or 10 strength jewel in there. I don't remember exactly. I just had something random lying around and chose to do that. So she's got 73 resistance, which isn't too bad at all. So last but not least, let's take a look at his skills. We'll start off by defensive auras here. Resist fire is maxed out and resist lightning is maxed out. Now the reason that we've maxed these out is our auras gain synergy off of these two skills here. So we definitely want to max those out to get a maximum potential out of our auras and have them deal the most damage. I also put 1 point into vigor, and the reason that I did this is to help me get around, to move faster, and to get to where I want to go. You know, you don't have teleport, so having something like vigor really makes a big difference. Offensive auras, we're only going to use 1. Everything else is a prerequisite. We maxed out conviction so that we can make sure that our auras get the full benefit of that -2 resistances. If you're playing a nightmare or a normal, this character will drop everything as it comes by it. You could just run around and they will drop dead. Pretty much anything will drop dead in 1 to 2 surges of that usually. There's some bosses that might not, but it pretty much wrecks everything, which is fun to do. You know, even in Hell, it takes about a quarter to a half of their life if it's 1 player in the game. Obviously significantly less if there's more players, but it's still helpful to be dealing damage to those creatures that you're not right up on, you know what I mean? So it does make a difference. It's almost like having static field, only not quite as good. And then last but not least, we maxed out Holy Shield. There's no explanation needed there. I think everybody knows why we max out Holy Shield on any paladin. And that's it, guys. That is the Auradin. And the Auradin is a really fun character. Like I said, I use it primarily for hunting the declone, and I was hoping we'd get one here in this game, but it doesn't look like we will. But I will go and kill some stuff for you guys here, just to kind of give you like a little bit of a showing of what our Auradin is capable of. And it looks like I'm getting a little lag here, so please excuse that, but rest assured these guys are dying, you know, with 1 attack or less sometimes, so it's just a really, really fun character overall. And with the Mercenary I'm using, it really helps a lot too. She's going to deal some pretty significant damage as well. So if you guys liked it, please leave me a like. If you guys have comments, concerns, or even suggestions, I'm always open to those. Please keep in mind that I'm not saying that this is the best build for the Auradin, or that, you know, I'm the master of all Auradins or anything like that. I'm just simply giving suggestions and a build that works for me, and it works really, really well. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll see you in the next video.